Yes, we are back again in Train Sim World number 5, back again to look at another new route, and this time the highly anticipated and controversial, we'll get to that, Frankfurt S-Bahn Route. 3 lines on the route, not lions on the shirt, lines on the route, which we will go through all 3 in this stream. That is the plan. The S1, the S8 and the S9. I'll show you details of those in a second. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello. This going out on a Saturday, because that's the day it's going out. There'll be links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get the route. A link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitchy. And the link down there to the Discord server as well. Good evening to Trent, Nico and Sate. Yes, so here is the route. There you go. So it's the S1, the S8 and the S9. We'll start with the S1, and then because of reasons, we'll do the full timetable in the S1. We'll switch to the reduced timetable for the S8 to see if we can see any differences, and then we'll see how much of the S9 we can get done. But those are the stations. That is the route. So that is the plan. We will jump straight in then with the S1. And see how it goes. Hello, Colin. Hello, McBone. Right, to the trains. Frankfurt S-Bahn, Timmy table. So yes, I'll get this out of the way first. For those watching, for those that are playing on consoles, or certainly older consoles, you will only get the reduced timetable. For those on PC, you will get the full timetable or an option of the reduced timetable. So what we'll do is we'll do the first run on the full timetable, we'll do the S8 on the reduced timetable, and then we'll switch back to the full timetable just to see what the differences are. Hello, Stokey. So the 4:30 is the train that comes with it. I will hopefully this weekend do the train training in that. We're going to do the S1 first, so we'll do the 8:10 going from Frankfurt to Wiesbaden. We'll give the weather a fighting chance by changing it to August, and then let's get going. Lots of timetables indeed. Yes, some people complaining, well, commenting I suppose is the right word, that you're only getting a reduced timetable on consoles, and I can see the reasoning behind it, but we'll see what the differences are with this, and wait till tomorrow, Nico, there's another video coming out. Right, so key in, reverser into forward. We will, doors are on the right, so we'll unlock the doors. There we go. We've got some switches here. Passenger lights on, cab light we won't need, headlights we'll put them on high. We don't need to be horny, we should be good to go. So yeah, stops are Frankfurt Greisheim, Frankfurt Nied, Frankfurt Host, Frankfurt Singling, that one, Hattersheim, Edersheim, Florsheim, Hochheim, Mainz, and Wiesbaden. So some places there that I can't pronounce. Route indicator for K for Kevin. Kevin! No minions were harmed in the making of this route. Right, locked doors. I do like the fact that the stations are far apart, which we'll see. I like the fact that some of it is the underground type, stationy type sort of things as well. That was complicated, wasn't it? Right. Let's get going. So basically German stations ahoy. Yeah, so we're 2.6 miles from Frankfurt. Although we're in Frankfurt, you know what I mean. And yes, I know I should have my speed set to kilometers an hour, but that'd be far too controversial. It picks up speed a little bit. Alright, out we go into the sunshine. I'll turn the game audio down a little bit. Right, so up we come. I like the fact as well with this that there's some high speed bits, so it's not a commuter type line. There's some bits where we really have to get a bit of a jiggle on. So it's quite a good combination of low speed, you know, underground, and high speed overground sort of stuff. And I quite like that. It is going to be a bit stuttery. It's the first time I've actually played it on this PC. I've been on the other PC. So it is me loading things in for the first time. You know, if I'd have been a professional and all that, I'd have been, you know, on this before the stream. But, you know, it's me. What do you expect? Alright, a mile to go. So yeah, so this is the full timetable. I said then when we do the S8, if I can bring my little thing back up again. When we do the S8, we'll then do the reduced timetable, and then we go back on the full timetable again for the S9. That is the plan. How was work? Quiet. So we're due here at 8:16. There's a train. I see a train. Ethan. Right, in we come to the first stop. I would say pretty much nailed it. And pretty much on time as well. It's going to go wrong. That's pure luck on the first stop. It's going to go terribly wrong from now on. I'll try if I can as well and stick to the same train for the whole of the thing. Because, well, why not? We've got a window? We have got a window. Let's open the window. There we go. Right, lock doors. Brakes are good, brakes are good. I know the brakes are good. Right, 1.6 miles to Frankfurt Nied, the next one. Quite like the train as well. Yeah, so as we get further away, the stations do get further apart. Frankfurt Nord. The on the south side of Frankfurt. Hey. is Nied. German for north? I thought it was Nord. Hi, Sim. Hello, waving. I was a bit late being horny. We're due here at 8:19. It's going to be close. What have I got to do? That. No. That. No. Without a tree in the front. That. Oh, one of those. I've got a brake now. Niet. That's Niet, isn't it? Russian for no. Third time lucky. One of those will be a thumbnail. You'll get to see which one it is. Break time already. It's only been 10 minutes. Yeah. Union rules. Braking. Braking. Hey, look, like that's 2 in a row. I haven't overshot it. I'd call that a win. I think what I'll do is I'll up the volume way up. I'll close the window. I'm normally a fan of opening windows, but look, there's people back there. We'll have a look at those at the next stop. Doors are locking. We'll go on a baldy hunt. We're 9 seconds late. Frankfurt. Nope. There's another Frankfurt station coming up. Alright, let's give it all the beans. So yeah, so these first couple of stations out of Frankfurt, quite close together. It's pronouncing the thing, isn't it? Frankfurt, H-O-E... Oh, I'm spitting. The Germans will not approve of me being... Well, Deutsche Bahn, isn't it? It would probably be late. Hoe. Is that thing you dig your garden with, isn't it? That's a hoe. Right, the other Frankfurt station is this one. So that was a shotgun. You don't dig your garden with a shotgun. There is a backhoe. Garden the Trent. Come down here and do mine, Trent. Hey, look, arrived early and within 8 yards. I'd call that a win. We have people. Are you first class people? Hello, first class people. You seem to be sat in a little, just area on your own. Ow. Sorry, I just smacked you in the... No, I didn't. Okay. Have we got any? There's got to be some. Hello. Baseball cap people. Hello. We can't be late. No. I'm only going to do the first carriage. No. There doesn't seem to be any. No, we're going to have to go back. Trent is semi-retired. It's official. Ow! The door isn't there. Door's over here. Alright, sit you down. I like a baseball cap. They don't suit me though. Right, Frankfurt Horst Fab Work Platform 2. It's a longer version of the thing now. Oh, hang on, I didn't remove the thing. There we go. That's the one. Kraftwerk have got their own platform in Frankfurt. So yeah, if you just joined, where are you? Where have you been? This is the S1 route going Frankfurt to Wiesbaden in the full timetable. Then I'm going to do the S8 in the reduced timetable going back again. And then we'll see how much of the S9 we can get done coming out again. That is the plan. Okay, you know that braking that I sort of did well on. Okay, normal service has been resumed. Yeah, it's slippery tracks. It's fine. It's a long freighty one there. I still think freight trains look weird being electric. Yeah, exactly. For anybody in the front of the train, please go to the back of the train. Locking doors. German word for bald is Karl. So what if you're a bald person called Karl? Karl? Frankfurt Singlingen, the other Frankfurt station. There's quite a few of them. Right, we'll see if we can get the stopping done correctly this time. So you've seen a couple of trains. It's not excessively busy. So I don't think we're going to see much less in the way of trains on the reduced timetable. We're on the outskirts of Frankfurt. Did I bring my Glockenspiel? I got my travel Glockenspiel is in the bag. In case someone steals it, I can get that. Das ist mein Glockenspiel. Hello and welcome to Flixbus. Oh, I might be right here. It's fine. I was panicking for no reason. That's better. Right, we got a minute. We got to go and find one, haven't we? We can't not. Right. Go. No. 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 Really? You're going bald. No. Nothing. Not one. Well, that's just poor. Oh, God. Why would anyone want to go to Luton? They're barred from Frankfurt. There's a terms and conditions on your ticket. You've got to have hair. $7.28. No one chooses to go Luton. I nearly did a few weeks ago. Got away with that one. Right, Hattersheim is next, 1.8 miles away. I do like the simplicity of driving the train. We do like a single-handed operation. Oh, it's a bit of a staggered platform as well. So yeah, not a busy route, but not a bad route. I like the train. I like the spacing of the station things. Hi, Michael. Right, 1.1 miles. Braking. Oh, we're due there now. Oh well. I love how we're a caring community. Oh, is that another train? It is another train. When was that discovered? What about us being a caring community? I was waving and everything. Okay, hang on. There we go. I'll squeeze my duck. A minute late, but we're here. There's not any baldies on the platform. Is there a baldy convention going on? Like in Frankfurt or something that we don't know about? Maybe we'll get some on the return trip. Yeah, the route is released tomorrow. Oh, 2.3 miles now to Eddersheim. I'll get my hair cut at the weekend. Perhaps I'll just have it all shaved off. Go for it. Oh, we got a faster speed limit now. 100. Someone trying to convince me to have a tattoo today. That was the discussion. I couldn't think what I'd actually want a tattoo of. No, not really. God, no. People that say, why have you got one of the Oompa Loompas tattooed on you? You know, short and fat. Right, braking. Yeah, I do like the fact that it feels a bit urban. I said there's that first station, first couple were underground. I'm sure there's more underground as well. It might be on one of the different routes. Have a pacer tattoo. I'm looking forward to seeing my first pacer, well, hopefully at the Greatest Gathering. And stop. Tomorrow night, by the way, more Train Sim World 5. Don't know what route. I'm not disliking this at the moment, so we'll see how we get on tonight. It could be a bit more of this tomorrow, or maybe a mixture of this and the Frankfurt folder, so we see a bit more of Frankfurt. We will see. Wednesday night, we got some more of the bus in multiplayer. Really enjoying that at the minute. Thursday, some farming, carrying on setting up the farm in Farm Sim. I was on there last night after playing around with Giants Editor, doing a bit of tweaking to the yard, the top yard. So we'll try and get that finished Thursday night, maybe try and work on some of the other yards, and hopefully on Sunday start farming. That's the plan. So that's Thursday night. Friday night, don't know. A few of us around on Friday. So it's making a bit of fun on Friday night. Saturday night will 100% definitely not be bingo. Definitely, totally not happening. And Sunday lunchtime on the farm. And then Monday, because it's a bank holiday, I will be here with something again. So I'm basically here every day now for the next, 2 weeks. Ah, it could be all the baldies have got a hat on. I'm slightly jealous of that sim, although, yeah, we went out on Saturday. Walked around, which I do need to do more of. Sorry, what? Move in where? If I can't get my mortgage sorted out correctly this Friday, I might need a lodger. We did see some pigeons, yeah. I'm determined to go to the New Forest this weekend as well. I will be back for the streams. Is there a queue to get into Steve's? Well, you know. We did discuss before about getting a few people here to give me a hand or sort out the garden. If I lay on some beers and a barbecue. Doors are unlocking on the right hand side. There's another train. There's two of them and everything. Actually, that's probably a better. There we go. That's the thumbnail. That's the one. Probably won't be. No, I'm going to arrange to meet Colin when no one else is around. Right, getting a bit further apart now. 3.7 miles now to Hochheim. Hochheim, the next one. That's the next one. The next one. That one. I was pointing at the top of the screen, everything. That one. Oh, Hockheim. Oh, hello. Are we in Scotland? Have you got something trapped? Yeah, I think I could have. Oh, I watched the latest episode of the Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman motorbike thing yesterday, which I did post a bit of a picture of in the Discord. I really want to go to Scandinavia. Oh my god, that place looks stunning. They went over the bridge that's from the TV show The Bridge. And he was like, yeah, that's okay. I need to go there. Right, yeah, so speed's coming up now as we're getting a bit more rural. And we're 2.2. I got my sanity back. Ethan's left. 2 miles to go to Hockheim. That was an OMSI map. It was. I don't know what that's got to do with Hockheim. So yeah, if you've just joined, where have you been? I've been here 33 minutes. We're on Route 1, going from Frankfurt to Thingy. I'll show you a map and everything. Hang on. There it is. So we're on the S1. Then we're going to do the reduced timetable S8 and come from Wiesbaden back to Frankfurt. And then we'll do what we can of the S9 going the other way again. That is the plan. Look at me with the map and everything, being all professional. We might not be stopping here. I say I'm being all professional, then I failed to stop. Oh no, no, fine. I don't know why you're panicking. It's going to be absolutely fine. It's really me. Right, so that was 3 point something miles between the stations. I think the next one's further again. Yes, we don't want to see inside the train, thank you. And again, I started watching at lunchtime today. 3 miles. Jet lag, hide and seek in New York. There's an actual physical game you can buy to do it yourself, which I'm toying with, but we won't get it till July. I just think with a group of us in London or Birmingham, or it'll work in any city, I should imagine, that'd be quite an amusing thing to do for a day. But it also made me really want to go to New York and get out in the sticks, as they were. And then Nico messaged earlier saying, when are we going to Brussels? It's like, what? It's all going on now, isn't it? I think you always get this impression of New York as being, you know, the bit you see in the films. You know, Times Square and Central Park. That bit doesn't interest me. I want to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, yes. I'd like to do the High Line. But other than that, I don't really want to be in the main bit of New York. Slightly speeding. I never forget I spent my teenage years in Birmingham. So going into Spark Hill and Spark Brook, where all the curry houses are, and having a proper Brummy Balti, or I've had a foul once. That cleans you out. No, I haven't seen that, Sim. I really want to do my... I know I've been talking about it for the last few months, but get my entertainment stream done. So as good as it is just to sit back and chill when I've got time off, I think I actually might make myself productive. Yeah, One World Trade Center. It's supposed to be stunning. Well, there you go, Nico. Get saving. We'll get a few of us on a Sims and stuff trip to New York. We can't even get people to bloody London. How are we going to get people abroad? Again, we can't get going to London. Well, I live not far from the source of the River Thames. You've been to New York a few times. Oh, fair play. Yeah, again, I promised my dad before he died. I got some inheritance money from when his brother died, my uncle died. And I promised him I'd go to America with it. And, well, he's been dead 5 years now, bless him. And I still haven't gone. It's up that way, yes. But it's one of those things, I want to go, but I don't really want to go alone. I don't want my first time in the States to be on my own. I don't mind a bit of solo travel, but I don't think I'm that brave. Right, we're actually ahead of time. I need to find me a man. That's, well, that I was on about that last year. The flight don't bother me. The Amtrak trip from Chicago to LA on my own doesn't bother me. It was when you get to LA. You know, I sort of plan, hire a car, drive to Vegas, drive to Nashville, which is where I want to go. I just don't know if I'd be comfortable on the car journey on my own. That's the bit. Right, lock doors. They are more reliable, probably cheaper as well. Take Ethan, Jesus Christ. Ethan being able to afford something like that is never going to happen. Right, Wiesbaden is next. So I'm guessing this isn't the same route I saw being done at the weekend. Might not have been the one then. So I reckon that was the 8, because it's definitely more wigglier. There's a word. So we'll do the 8 coming back anyway on the reduced timetable. But yeah, quite impressed with the 1. So about a 50-minute or 45-minute run. You know, I've talked about doing meetups and things. You know, I'm going to the Greatest Gathering in August in Derby. I will post something in the Discord to say if there's anyone in the Discord that's going and they want to come and say hi, fine. Or if anyone's in the area and wants to do something in the evening of the Greatest Gathering, then happy to do that. And then I would like to go up and do York and Locomotion at the end of September. So I think that's going to be a weekend thing. For me, it will be travel up on the Friday, probably come back on the Monday, and do the Saturday at York Railway Museum, do the Sunday at Locomotion, and then come back on the Monday. Please stay away from Durham. And I think probably at some point before Christmas we'll do something in that there London. Right, so Wiesbaden Ost is in 1.2 miles. Go see Pina. Oh, he has promised to see me this year. The annoying Oompa Loompa, what, Nico? Nico and Ethan. Ethan will be doing the working thing by then. Right, in we come to Wiesbaden Ost. Yeah, I think the line 8 is slightly longer because it takes the it's a wigglier route. That's the word. Look it up. I'm actually already slightly jealous of our ex-comrade who in about 4 weeks' time is actually going to be doing this route. Swine. If I'd have annoyed him, I could have gone with him. And there's only one station so far that I've actually overrun, and I'm roughly on time. He does like Germans. I think that's why he's going. He's going to sit and stare at Germans. Oh, locked doors. That's me. Right, Wiesbaden. Another, but they like naming their stations, you know, the same. I want to go to Wiesbaden. Which one? I want to go to Frankfurt. Which Frankfurt? There's 12 stations called Frankfurt. Yeah, definitely like the train. Liking the S1. Not overly busy on traffic. So this is the full timetable. Said console players get the reduced timetable. So we'll do the next run in the S8 on the reduced timetable, and I can't see there'd be that much lacking. I think for a fair fight, what I should do really, I suppose, which maybe tomorrow if we do it again, is we'll do the same run back to back in the full and reduced, and see if we notice a huge lag. I don't think it'll be that different. But yeah, I'm certainly more impressed with it than I thought I was going to be. Of all the German routes, it's up there because you've got the 3 lines. That's the bit I like, and we can see what the differences are. I like it. I don't say I love it. I like it. But again, I've only done one of the lines. I like the fact that the speed limit up on the gantry was 50 kilometers an hour, but because I'm in miles an hour. Right, in we come into Wiesbaden. It's quite an impressive station, ruined by the overhead wires. Yeah, that went quite quick. Oh, okay, Michael. I haven't tried Couplands. I've tried... did we try Couplands? We might have done in Sheffield. Was that Sheffield? Or was it shut? No, it might have been shut. There we go. We arrived early. Was that KFC? No, that's the place that does chicken. No, it was when we come out of Subway, went across the road. There's on the left on the corner. I'm sure that was a Couplands. Right. Anyway, so there we go. So that was line 1 or S1. We'll now go back to the menu, and we'll do the S8, but in the reduced timetable. To see what the difference is. Although we haven't done the S8, the non-reduced timetable, but we'll do a bit of the S9 in the full timetable and see if, you know what, look, we just do a thing. What do you want from me? Professionalism? Right. So timetable, reduced. Ah, that's interesting. Hang on. So in the full timetable, we got all of these to choose from. There's drivable services. In the reduced timetable, we've got less. Not bad, but less. Right. So now we'll do the 8. At a similar time. There you go. Wiesbaden to Frankfurt. So you can see now on the little thing, it's a longer route. So it's 57 minutes back on the 8. So that will start to be more interesting. And then if we do the 9, the 9 is the right hand end where it's mainly different, and the little bit at the end, so we can try and do a bit of the 9 after. Why is there a 7 there? There's a 7 as well. I thought it was just a 1 and the 8. Why have I got a 7? That's confusing. Anyway, okay, we'll do the we'll do the 8 anyway in the reduced timetable. What I have? Add sausage and ham pasta with carbonara sauce today. I think the 7's the one that just goes from Frankfurt to the airport. Okay, thing in forward, unlock the doors, passenger lights on, headlights on there. Right, so we are leaving Wiesbaden, going back again. I can't find a T. There it is. I saw Nick letter T. Stopping at Wiesbaden, Mainz, Rüsselsheim, Raunheim, Kestelbach, Frankfurt. So some Mainz stations. It's in the kettle. Thanks, Trent. Appreciate you. Tea bracket. You're offering to make a cup. I could. Yeah, I could do a cup of tea. I just think I've got biscuits. I've got tea. You want tea? Right, so we'll see. Although we're not doing the same route as we just did, we'll see if I see a notable decline in services because you're on the reduced. So if you've got the console and you're wanting to buy this route, this is the services you will be able to do. So same amount of services, just less drivable trains. You'd like tea? Mm-hmm. Well, arrange to meet me, Colin, you know. Right, doors locking on the left. Right, We're going to Wiesbaden. I do like the train. Train, good. Route, good. We're now going the longer way round. Okay, we'll go across here then. That's a lot of tracks, Chrissy Crossing. All the way over. God, that's inconvenient. If anything wanted to come in... Oh, no, we're going over here. If anything wanted to come in, you got to cross all those tracks to go out. So... Keep it PG, please, Michael. Right, so I think we came into Frankfurt the same way that we came out, so the little undergroundy bit. The train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 car? 12 car. Counting's difficult. So 3, 4 cars. That's 12. Train. It's the same way we came in. I think it was. Yeah, we left on a different platform though, I think. Because, you know, I definitely paid attention to that. '99 Red Balloon, another train. Well, already this is busier than it was going the other way on the full timetable. I drove 43 of the KMs. I like those. You get another one at 430. I wonder if there's one at 4,300. And... oh, look at that. We're roughly on time. Everything's going up. I remember you used to get the little plastic cone thing of ice cream, and then there'd be a chewing gum, round ball chewing gum thing at the bottom. Screwball, that's the one. And when I were a lad, they never charged you for bloody putting the sauce on. Bloody charging you for the sauce. Ridiculous. Because everyone wants sauce. Right. Mainz, Nord. See, that's Nord. Nord, North, Nord. Makes sense. Arctic... Oh, blimey. You live in the 1980s, don't you, Michael? I'm surprised you haven't got a Viennetta tucked away somewhere. I don't think Trent does, like, ice cream cake. He just does cake. Next be after a Black Forest Gatto. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I'm not a fan of chocolate cake. Chocolate cake's too rich for me. I'm not like, no. Same with fruitcake. Not a fan of fruitcake. That could just be like a bit too dense. Sponge. Give me a nice Victoria sponge and I'm happy. Or, you know, Jamaican ginger cake. I haven't had cheesecake for such a long time. The thing is, you buy the little individual cheesecakes in Tesco's. Other supermarkets are available. It's so flipping expensive. I'm good. After 8 cheesecake. I do like an after 8. They're too bloody small. No, not saying it. Thinking it, not saying it. I'm getting it from the Owly Little Place. I'm going to the Owly Little Place on Friday? Maybe Friday. Maybe Thursday. Toying with taking Thursday off. Oh, cheesecake. Oh, okay. No, I was at work today. I still haven't moved desks. Still waiting. Right, we have arrived here at Mainz. No, don't. It's my boss. I'm allowed to move desks, but she wants to speak to me first. But, well, come on then. Wait until 8:27 and 30 seconds. Okay, let's do that then. Tomorrow, by the way, more Train Sim World 5, which may be more of this, or maybe something else. We will see. Wednesday night, some more of the bus in multiplayer. Thursday, farming, carrying on with setting up the new farm. Friday, something fun. Quite a few of us are around on Friday. At the moment, we've got the right amount of people for a quiz. Potentially. But we'll have a look on Thursday and make that decision. Saturday night, 100% definitely will not be bingo. Not happening. Sunday, more farming. And then next Monday I'll be here with things. Right, Mainz Hauptbahnhof next. Saturday balls. No, no. That's a bridge. Bridge over troubled water. Bingo was his name, oh, indeed. Well, we need to get Colin. Could someone help Colin and show him how to install the Roblox app on his phone? Because he can play bingo on his phone. He's got no excuse then. You know, if he needs an adult's help. I haven't given up on trucking. I just, yeah, there's nothing new in trucking. So it's just us driving along chatting, which is fine. But there also isn't very many of us to do trucking anymore. You know, it'd be me, Nico, Trent, sometimes Ethan, and Larwood. Although Larwood's becoming a bit of a letdown. Letdown Larwood. So we can have us four idiots in any other game. How's the S-Bahn? Good, actually. Yeah, the reduced timetable doesn't seem to be that reduced. Look, Colin, I know I joke about you joining in with the streams. I know you haven't got a functioning laptop, but the simplicity of stuff like that in Roblox is that you can join from your phone, or if you've got a tablet, not like a paracetamol type tablet, join from that. That's the joy of it. It's free. You know, stick the stream on the TV and join in. As long as you don't win, it's fine. And Ethan won't be here on Saturday, so that's got to be a plus. Roblox is easy sim. Dorset still pops up online. He's still farming. He's got more hours in farm sim than the rest of us. So he's still alive. I think he's just taking a bit of a breather from us. And I understand that, because sometimes I need a breather from me. Borrow a laptop. In all seriousness, again, something really low spec. So even if, family member, someone at work, got an old laptop they're getting rid of, as long as you can get on a browser, you can play Roblox. And even other things as well. Friend, I know, I apologise. Hey, all of mine are here. The only people I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, the only people I communicate with in life are in the Discord. Sometimes that, I think, oh, there's no one outside of the Discord I communicate with. You're just a tight ass, Michael, and won't buy something better. Right, wait until 8:33. Yeah, but I don't speak to my family. I haven't spoken to them for nearly 5 years. I don't really speak to anybody at work. I speak to people at work, but not in a... Well, not now, in a what did you do last night sort of conversation. Yeah, liking this route, actually. Yeah, not in a social way, no. Used to be years ago, I'd go out for drinks and round a boss's house for curries, and got me into motorcycle instruction and stuff. No, not anymore. Connor, in all seriousness, the people I get on the best with and the people that I class as close friends are all through this community. And that's been the same since this all started. And all of these people have come together because of this place. So by interacting with everybody and when possible for some people joining in with the games, you know, some of us talk off the streams as well, and even I know I keep banging on about it, but attending a meetup, and it's as scary as hell the first time, and it was for me when I first did York, and it is for everybody. Certainly if you're on your own, turning up to a meetup with people that you only communicate with on the internet is a scary prospect. But we're not that scary. Well, Ethan is. Unless you're seeing him first thing in the morning. Jesus Christ. Anyway. I want to go back to Scotland, Connor. Problem is, which is why we did the last couple of Christmas ones in Manchester. You know, I will be up at York in September. Which is why we've done London, why I contemplated doing one in Birmingham, because there's so many people from all over the country. You're never going to be able to do something that pleases everybody. Someone's always going to have to travel. So it's trying to mitigate that. You know, the first time we met Richard a few years ago was at the Busfest thing. With Ethan, it was York. Trent was Convoy in the Park, I think, that he came along to. Harry was London, where his mum just told him to go away, and then look, but he's stuck with him. Yeah, Gaydon. Was it? Did we go for Busfest, or was he just go? We just go to Gaydon. I might have just gone to Gaydon. Now look, can't get rid of Ethan, can't get rid of Trent, can't get rid of Nico. I'd like to think that Harry's just taking a bit of time away from me. I've heard from him in the last week. I think he'll come back. Not to the community, but into my life. I think that'll happen. And we communicate a lot. Well, I'm driving to York. I don't know what the distance is from here to York. But yeah, I'm driving to York. Doors locking. So yeah, so this place, this community, these bunch of misfits are the only friends I've got. Yeah, Nico drove to Dorset. He did 7 hours. Harry's doing well, for those wondering. Work's going well. He's focusing on that, doing training. Off to Germany for a week on his own in June, and I think, you know, as much as being part of this for his sort of growing up years, as it were, was great, and when he started work, it then became a bit too much with, you know, and I struggle some days coming in from work, all of a sudden you're sat in front of a stream or joining in with the stream, and then after the stream you get like an hour, and then it's bed, and then it's work again, and then it's stream. So, and because he was trying to join in with all of them, and he was, you know, he had a similar length of day to me, realised that he was starting to burn out. So something had to give, and unfortunately it was this place. We didn't part company in the best of ways. I was a bit hasty in some decisions I made because I can be quite stubborn. He was a bit hasty in some of the decisions he made, and I think it came to a point where maybe we should have talked and didn't. He wanted to come to Brussels with us in January. I told him not to, and I think if that would have happened, things might have been different. So yeah, he was one of the handful of people that I class as really close friends, and he has told me in the last week that if I ever need to chat, I can give him a ring. So that's the sort of people you want in your life as friends. And I know that if I'm having a crap day, because of, depression is still a part of my life, that I could message Trent, I could message Ethan, I could message Nico, I could message Ed, and I could message Richard. A handful of people in the community that I could also, any of those, I know that I could pick the phone up and talk to. And it works the other way round as well. And considering most of those people have only been in my life, apart from Ed, for the last 4.5 years, that shows the sort of friends that you can get with a community like this. I'm not saying I am, Connor, but those that know me know that I put other people before myself, which is a good philosophy to have. But sometimes I then end up in a bad place because I don't look after myself from a mental standpoint. Which is why with the whole, and don't do it, Connor, donations thing and people subscribing thing, which is why I've said with any meetups that if I ever thought that they were around me, I wouldn't go. Because I don't like the attention being on me. But anyway, so yes, you want friends? They're here. Right, Mainz Biscoff time. Is this where Biscoff comes from? Is the next stop. We're running a bit late now because I was dawdling. But yeah, so far I am, and Michael's going to hate this, I'm actually really liking the route. I need to plan. I'm definitely going to the Greatest Gathering in August. I'm definitely going to go to York in September. I'd like to do something before then, but don't know what. I think we're in the middle of May now, so the Greatest Gathering's what, the 2nd of August. So I was thinking of doing something the first weekend in July. And seeing who's around. Obviously July's dick. A lot of people go on holiday in July. So July is, July and August are normally an awkward one. I haven't even looked at accommodation for York yet. I'd love to do something like that in London. Either the hide and seek thing, but that wouldn't be there for July, or even a variation of the thing that Ethan's done, where you've got to visit so many stations and get back to the start. But I'd do a slight variation on it. I'd say that everyone has to visit the same stations. So not an all-day thing like Ethan's one is. You know, right, you start at this point, you've got to go to 5 stations and get back again. The way Ethan's group did it was that they had different lists. So you don't know what stations you're all getting. Why's that guy got his arm out? He's thumbing a lift. The way I would do it is everyone gets the same list. You decide which order you do them in. So that's the critical bit. So you get the 5 random stations. You have to work out which is the best route to get to them and get back again. So whether it's you know, in that situation, maybe I would be the one that goes, right, this is a start, go. I would go to the pre-designated endpoint and wait. You'll pay a maximum of £15 roughly for a day's travel in zones 1 to 6. So it's capped, yeah. And that's the brilliance with travelling around London for a day. So you can go on DLR, Underground, Overground, wobbling free, buses, trams, and as all you pay is 15 quid. Which is the same thing, just not the boats, no. And hotels aren't expensive in London. If you looked out in the sticks at something within the 6 zones, you're not going to pay a lot of money. So that's why when we did it last July, that weekend in London wasn't that expensive. But for the day itself wasn't that expensive, because everyone booked the trains in advance, booked the hotel in advance, so you haven't got a huge outlay on the day. You can, no, I did that last time. Where I normally park near Ethan, I get a ticket from Ethan's local station into London, 1 to 6 travel card, and back again. It cost me like 20 quid. Last time I did it from, I forgot the name of the station now, north of Paddington. Yeah, that included the train into London. So that was like 50 minutes on the train. That's why whenever I go to London, I'll either park at Rickmansworth, yeah, Acton Main Line. I'll park at Rickmansworth and then just get the tube in. Or park down by Ethan, which unfortunately means going near Ethan, and get in. It wouldn't be that expensive for me to get in from Reading. And so, yeah, I could just buy a Reading to 6 zones. Why does that's why Ethan goes into London, because why wouldn't you? For 20 quid for a day out, and that's all you're going to pay. Exactly. That's why I said some sort of meet up in London. It's okay, it's a pain to get to London. It is for me. But you can get cheap train tickets. Ethan Pina last year was looking to fly down until he backed out. So with enough warning for something like that, which is why we did it with the July day last year, you can go, right, I'll book the hotel out of this month's wage packet, for example. Hotel, done. Next month, book the train ticket, done. On the day then, is all you've got to pay for is food. Well, that's a Greg's meal deal, which is generally what we do for lunch when we're out on meetups. It's either a Greg's meal deal or a Tesco meal deal for lunch. Evening, okay, there are spoons, despite my boycott of spoons currently. But even if you went to McDonald's or a Burger King or had something for an evening meal, it's not going to be expensive. And the travelling around all day for 15 quid, bargain. The last few times I've been to Spoons, there's always been an odd taste to the food. They all taste like cleaning material. It's almost what they're cleaning the plates in, the food tastes of. And it's been at multiple different Spoons. and it just makes it taste odd. I do prefer a fork. Right, Rüsselsheim. I'm actually really liking this route, and it doesn't feel, the reduced timetable doesn't feel reduced. Most things are microwaved in spoons. Why do you think they do it? For the money? But then you can't expect anything. It's spoons. You just paid, you know, £4 or £5 for a cooked breakfast. What more do you want? Well, yeah, you know, there's a similar thing that we did in Manchester where you can get a travel card for the trams all day. There's a similar thing, you know, which is why when we do these meetups, we do day rangers. You know, Cardiff, brilliant day ranger. Birmingham, hell of an area on a day ranger, not expensive. So you can do it in most places. You'll get some sort of ranger that covers the area. London's great because there's just so much you can do, especially if you haven't been to London or haven't spent much in London. I like going in and wandering about. Right, 2.2, yeah. In Raunheim. Glasgow to London, £48, bargain. See, that's one of those things. You book it far enough in advance, it isn't expensive. Hotel probably cost you the same amount of money again for a night. So £100 in hotels, £100 in train fare, that's £200. £40 in travel for the day around London, £240. With food, you're probably talking £300. Which, okay, for a weekend is expensive, but considering that's a weekend including travel from Scotland, it's not expensive. Exactly, and you got a weekend in London. It's one of those that I would certainly say you'd need to travel down on the Friday, travel back on the Sunday or the Monday. You wouldn't want to travel down the Saturday, travel back on the Sunday. When me and Ethan stayed last time, it was Woolwich Arsenal. That was cheap and good connections. But it's a case of looking at a date and then finding a hotel. As long as it's anywhere within the 6 zones. The Clapham one wasn't a fan of, but it was good connections. But it's one of those things that I'd like to do, but like we did it last year, we had what? How many of us was there? 6 or 7? It'd be good with a lot of people. We stayed Kempton way. Hampton, yeah, down near Ethan. Sunbury, that's the one. Which was great, but was a pain. Yeah, you wouldn't do that then. There are plenty of hotels. Yeah, they've been liking this route. It doesn't feel that empty. The first route on the full timetable wasn't that busy. This route on the reduced timetable, I haven't noticed it be reduced. We're seeing trains. I'm not suddenly going, there's no trains. 5 miles now to Kelsterback. You do realise you can post links, Nico, because you're a mod. It won't stop you. It trusts you. There you go. But I wouldn't use booking.com because you'll get loads of people with rented rooms. I'd stick to Premier Inn or Travelodge. You don't trust yourself. Understandable, really. Right, it's a bit of a quicker dash now, getting back to the route. But yeah, if you're watching and lurking, by the way, and you want to be part of a truly awesome community, say hello. It all starts with hello. All these people were new at 1.2. They didn't know anybody. They were just sat lurking, watching the streams. At some point, you pluck up the courage and you go, hello, I'm new here. I've been lurking for a while. Start joining in. Get to know us. We don't bite. Well, Ethan does. You've got a 6 badge. I read. Okay. Is that like in Conkers where you had a 6er? Oh no, someone left. Someone went, no, I'm not chatting, I'm going. They're going to make me talk. I'm off. It's getting a bit misty. So yeah, it starts with a meetup, something like London. It's not a problem, Tiger. Ibis London, barking. That's not bad. 120 quid. See? That's not bad. Barking's quite good to get to as well. Good connections. Not that sort of barking, you donut. A hotel at Barking Rivers. Where's there a hotel at Barking Riverside? I know Barking. Yeah, I know there's one at Barking. Oh, okay. I like Barking Riverside. That's one of those places. Well, we didn't go last time. One of the things I have to do in London, whenever I go to London, is walk across the bridge at Embankment and then take a photo of the Thames, which I then post in the Discord, and have to go on DLR. Because otherwise it doesn't feel like I've been to London. Well, he's not from land then, is he? He doesn't know. That's fine. No, that's not a bad price, Connor. Yeah, 2 nights is good. Travel down on the Friday, travel back on the Sunday. Do I sit at a pretend? No. Definitely not. Definitely don't do... Yeah. Right, Frankfurt Flughafen Regional Bahnhof. Flipping it, that's a short name. Yeah, can I have a ticket to Frankfurt Flughafen Regional Bahnhof, please? So yeah, when you look, with Connor, that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but that's why I said with some of these meetups, we try and do them months in advance because people get chance to save. As I said, it's, you know, get the hotel booked, done, or get the train booked, done. Following month, get the hotel booked. By the time you actually come to the weekend itself, you've spent all the big outlays done. So you're only paying for food. You know, get yourself an Oyster card, which you can put like a tenner on it, or you put like 30 or 40 quid on it, and that does you the whole weekend. Yeah, I stayed in hotels last time. I could have, by the time it took us to faff around getting to the hotel, I could have just got home quicker. Yeah, contactless, whatever, it will still hit that cap. So it will only charge you the maximum in a day. It won't charge you any more. I like it on Oyster because you can keep track of your journey. I quite like that. And then see what you've been charged. Can't see. Yeah, I'm old school though. I keep the Oyster card in my pocket and then just whip that out. I don't use my phone. And again, look, you never know. Once people come along to the meetups, like doing something in this country, it might get a few of us to go back to Brussels. Although that is one place I can see me ending up just randomly going on a weekday at some point over the summer. You'll just see a post one day, everyone will think I'm at work, and you'll just see a post saying, look, I'm in Brussels. And you're like, what the hell are you doing there? Yeah, no stream tonight. I seem to be in Brussels. Right, wait until 9. Right, we got a minute. Let's see if we can go find a baldy. Baseball cap on backwards. Nope. Nope. No, well, you got a ponytail, idiot. Behind me? Yes! Baldy! You're a baldy! Quite like that shirt, actually. Wouldn't wear it with those coloured shoes, mind you, but yeah. Oh, I bought my phone in the Apple store in Battersea Power Station. And that was I paid for it while we're on the train going into London, and then just went in there and picked it up. He was hiding. Locked door. I don't know, he's just finding a baldy. Right, stop at Frankfurt. Right, 3 miles. They do exist. Germans are allowed to be bored. This is quite cool. A nice long underground section. Yeah, I'm actually liking this line more than I thought I would. Oh, that's okay. It's still Misty. Not Missy. Misty. Yeah, the reduced timetable. Can't say I've noticed a lack of trains. I can't remember what the last one that was, the last one that released, wasn't it? That I didn't like it. But I definitely see the benefit of this, of having the four routes technically. They didn't mention the S7. You need some handsome boy. You can have Ethan. Oh, he said handsome. Sorry. Ethan can be. Sometimes he just got that I've just got out of bed look. Actually, most of the time he's got that just got out of bed look. I don't even get a notification for that, but thank you, Michael. You've never seen a photo of Ethan. That's because that's the one thing we don't do until you've met someone here. And even on meetups, we don't post pictures of people on meetups because some people like to have their identities not but made public. But once you've been to a meetup, then generally we'll have rooms within the Discord where, you know, we do post pictures. We had a Snapchat group for a while. So is he cute? He has his moments, is all I'll say. Cute as a chimp, cute. He's getting fat now. He's got a chubby face going on. It's quite funny. Hey, look at that. I was still only 10 seconds late. I hear a plane. I don't see a plane, but I hear a plane. Here's my chance to get rid of Ethan. Oh, I should be playing him up, shouldn't I? Oh, he's great to catch, Connor. Doors on the left. Sometimes I do, Michael. Sometimes I don't. When I've had my hair cut and I've shaved and I don't look like I'm about to fall asleep, which is how I look currently, I go, actually, yeah, you're not doing bad for 26. Other days like today, where I just look like I haven't had any sleep for about 3 weeks. Having an Ethan for the weekend wears you out. Right, Frankfurt Niederrad is the next station. So yeah, so we'll get back into Frankfurt. We'll see if we can find one of the shorter bits of the... Well, actually, what if we do the S7 and we save the S9 for tomorrow? You guys... Yeah, but so why did they mention the S7? So why have they said it's the S1, the S8 and the S9? Why have they gone and the S7? Yeah, but this shares some of the route with the other lines as well. And stop. Actually, early now. Is this a dating stream? Not quite. Aww. If anyone wants a Colin. See, you need to take the plunge, Colin. You need to take a brave pill and come to a meetup. Stephen is surprise, surprise. Ethan sounds like the better option. He's high maintenance. He'd be in Scotland every weekend. God, can you imagine that? Right, Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof. 2.2 miles. Yeah, I think we'll do more of this tomorrow. I think what we'll do tomorrow is maybe do the S9. We'll see how long it is, and then do it one way in full timetable and the reverse in the reduced timetable, so we get a direct comparison. I don't think there's going to be much difference, because even in the full timetable it wasn't that busy a route. So I don't think console players will see much of a reduction. I like the route. I didn't think at the end of the stream that I'd be... well, that's not the end of the stream yet, but that I'd be recommending it. Yeah, I'm going to do more tomorrow. Well, I think we'll save the S9. So maybe we'll do the S7 now. See if there's a shorter bit of the S1 or the S8 that we can do. And then we'll do the S9 tomorrow. Yeah, in all seriousness, regarding meetups, I'm happy to put something in the calendar. I might do something in the Discord to see who'd be interested. So maybe pick a date, you know, the first weekend in July. So that's like, what, 7 weeks. And then see what happens. And that's like 4 weeks before the Greatest Gathering. Right, into the tunnel. Yeah, that didn't feel like it was lacking in trains to me. As Ethan just realised it's Monday. Probably not, Ethan. Just the UK stuff. So it wasn't showing all the layers downstairs because all the routes weren't installed. See, that's why you should have all the routes installed. This is Ethan. He's special. Yeah, like that. Right. Let's go back to the main menu. So that was the reduced timetable. So now we'll look at the 7. I don't know why they didn't mention the 7. But anyway, we'll look at the 7. And then see if we can then do one of the shorter ones. And we will do the S9 tomorrow. How long is the 9? Let's have a quick look. Timmy table, S-Bahn, 4:30. So the 9 is 46 minutes. So what does that bit? So 1 does the top bit, the 9 does that bit, the 8 does that, the 7 just does that. So there's a loop around there that none of them go to. In the little picture there, just south of where we are, none of them go to that bit. Right, let's do the 7, which goes to back into Frankfurt. Or is there one that goes the other way? Frankfurt to Frankfurt and Maine. We'll do that one. Connor, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, we'll do the 7, and then we'll see what we can do. If there's one that I think there might be one goes from Frankfurt, Maine, and then we will save the 9. Maybe see if there's an intercity thing we can do. Do I get money from the bits? They're worth like 0.001 pence. So it's not. Right. Reverse into forward. Unlock doors. Right, so we're going to go from here to Frankfurt and Maine, and then we'll see what we've got from there. Or what if we can... Oh, what if there's anything we can actually just get out of the train and then go... Frankfurt Niederrad, Frankfurt Stadium. I wonder if there'd be anything else. Or do we go back to the timetable? I don't know, it's confusing. I'm conscious of saving some stuff for tomorrow now. But yeah, I think this... I had this running on the other PC downstairs, not the weekend, and it was quiet. The reason being, as Ethan's just mentioned, I don't have all the routes installed on the PC downstairs. Up here I do, so on the one downstairs wasn't seeing all the layers, so it was a very reduced, so it was, even on the full timetable, was actually a reduced timetable, so it wasn't quiet but wasn't busy. Oh no, I tried some of the Aldi's, was it Aldi's chocolate? Well, I mean Aldi's chocolate or the Home Bargains chocolate. I tried some of it and ended up throwing it in the bin. It just, no. You just, no. If things are that bad where you've got to buy cheap chocolate, just don't have the chocolate. It's quite simple. Because it just, no. Cadbury's, like Cadbury's, that's my favourite. I quite like a Galaxy. I don't mind a bit of Galaxy. And Milka. I'd have a bit of Milka because that's quite nice. Elizabeth Shaw. Posh, are you? Or like an aero. But I've got stealth chocolate. Or Galaxy Caramel. Yeah, I like Whisper Golds. Right, Frankfurt Niederrad. Yeah, I bet Connor's one of those. I bet he's wearing his polo Ralph Lauren polo shirt. I bet he's got proper trendy trainers. Yeah, he's too posh for us. Yeah, super dry stuff. See, you wouldn't catch me wearing super dry. There's a train. There's a train in front of me. There's a train in front of me. There's a train in front. There's a train in front of me. There's a train in front of me. There's a. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's Diz Easily as well. Oh, we need to. What's that? We need to try that tomorrow night. We need to do a Diz Easily one. Well, my coat's super dry. Yeah, and my orange hoodie. And I got quite a few super dry t-shirts. Apart from that, definitely no super dry. Oh god, my hoodie's bright orange. Yep, can't wear that again then. None of my stuff was bought in charity shops. All mine's bought direct from Superdry. Thank you very much. Some of which has still got the labels on. Right. So this is the S7, which it doesn't mention. Oh, that'd be a confusing thumbnail, wouldn't it? What if I do that? Really confusing thumbnail. The S7. Hang on, Ethan's the one that wears bloody designer stuff. You have. Your blue coat is designer. You've got designer t-shirts. Yeah, but it's still a label, isn't it? Ice Ice Baby. Ice Ice Baby. That's a long one. You've got good taste, you flippin' haven't, with your Greg's trousers. We'll organise a London meetup. I think Nico said he's going on holiday at some point. We'll do it then. We'll find a weekend when Ethan's not about. Yeah, I'm definitely liking this route. Getting back to the route. Yeah, it may not be busy, but it doesn't feel empty. Right, into Frankfurt Niederrad. Trainers are one thing that I don't skimp on. I like to have comfy trainers. I will wear cheap jeans because I mainly just wear them for work, or I've got a couple of pairs of Levi's that I wear out. One of my pairs of trainers cost me 130 quid. And I've still got multiple pairs of trainers I haven't worn. Which isn't 130 quid isn't a lot of money for trainers, I know. I still have the rainbow trainers. I still never worn them. Maybe this summer I'll wear them. They'll be good with shorts. So that'll be a hot meetup. I shall wear them. Or I might, when I go down to the coast or something, I might just wear them and break them in. I did it the other week actually. I wore a pair of my new trainers out to Tesco's and back just to break them in. Do I still have that horrible shirt? I got several of them, which is why I need to lose a little bit of weight so they fit me again. Right. No, I seriously got to lose some weight. So I want to go out for a walk this weekend. Is Trent good looking? Not for me to say. It should never be about looks, Connor. And I know people say that. Oh, it's not about the looks. It's not. It's the person inside that's more important. And it is, and I know that's cliched, and I know a lot of people say that. Oh, you always say that, but it is. You're with someone because you get on with them. That's the first thing. And you know, anyone that's been on dating apps, anyone that's met someone, you know, online, and has met them for the first time, you know, at some point you'll send a picture of each other. And that shouldn't influence the way you think about that person. It should be, oh, that's what it looked like. Okay. And it shouldn't be that. And it isn't that. My ex, before I switched to the dark side, she was... Let's just say she was at a point where she should have had boyfriends for like at least 10, 15 years. I was the first one she'd ever had. Because she was, I'll say she wasn't larger. She was an 18. And she was always self-conscious about the way she looked. And I saw instantly straight through that. It wasn't important. Started chatting online. Then she told me about her size, didn't care. And that's never been an issue. My mum was a larger lady. So how someone looks is not important. Right, well that was a 7. Let's do... let's go back into Frankfurt then and finish doing a bit of the 8 again from Kelster back to Frankfurt. and we will finish back at Frankfurt, and then we'll do the 9 tomorrow. Trent's really funny. Trent's got a fantastic sense of humour. He's the funny one of the group. Because he's old and wise. Something like that, Tiger. Ethan is funny. Thank you, Ethan. Never forget, I've spent time with people in this community as well. You know, because the longest I've spent with Ethan is 8 days. I've spent several long weekends with Trent, with Nico, with Harry. Spent time with Michael. In Dorset. And that went from, spending time with someone for a day to then organising the meetups you used to do where everyone stayed in hotels. So, you get that peace and quiet, you go back to the hotel and you go back to your room and you've got peace. Then, you get your own space, you do what you want to do in your hotel room, you meet for breakfast, you spend the day again. Then that moved on somehow, I don't know how, to sharing a static caravan with people. And people have been here. There are people that come to meetups and we never hear from again. That is true. Well, I think it's those of us that have been to a few meetups. We've got, not say we've got a routine, but there's a way to it. There's generally no plan, although there was last July. It was just dashing around London. And some people obviously don't like that. And that's fine. Don't want the non-stop thing. And the best thing we've realised now with some of the meetups is you do something during the day, but it's also good to spend a little bit of time to sit around and chat. We did it in London last year, which was great. When we have gone away and done the whole static caravan thing, it's good fun, sitting around in the evening, board games, bit of music, and that's the time where you chillax and chat. We did it on the ferry across to the Isle of Wight, on the ferry across to France. You get to sit and chill. Sometimes it isn't all just a mad dash. Yeah, we went and got on a tram just to go for Greg's. Again, if I go back to Manchester, well, that's where you go for Greg's. That's what you do. When we go to Birmingham, it'll be, do the Stourbridge Shuttle, Bromsgrove, Boring, maybe somewhere else, done. In London, it's DLR, Underground, probably end up at Barking Riverside, maybe a trip to Stratford, probably Battersea Power Station, and yeah, that's probably about it. Right, we have a minute before we leave here. But no, we'll see what interest there is. The difference is, Connor, is like with Michael's first time in London, we don't leave you on your own. You make sure, that someone, Ethan or someone keeps an eye out. Right, have you got through the barriers? Yes. Right, we're going here. You don't lose sight of the person. We make sure that that person gets on the same train or underground or whatever, because it doesn't take much for you just to be completely separated. So we always get through the barriers and wait. Are we all here? Yes. Right, let's go. And even if you do know your way around London, it's still the same thing, because all it takes is to miss one escalator or to go down. You lose sight of someone. You end up on the wrong platform, going the wrong direction, and done. Is there someone watching out for me? Despite what Ethan thinks, I can actually find my way around London quite well. It can get crowded at rush hour. Do we get a map? There's a map on your phone. And what we did last time, we had a plan, and everyone had the plan, so you knew where you were going. So if you did get lost, or you missed the train, or whatever, then you know where we're headed. That was where Nico had a panic attack, I think, and so didn't want to get on the train, and Ethan stayed behind to help him. Now he's not such a dimwit now. He doesn't mind the underground. It can be. It can just be get on and stand by the doors. That's where you've got to be prepared to make sure everyone's on. And if not, there's another train in 3 minutes. Oh, don't. Yeah, Nico the dimwit waited an hour for him because he had to get his return ticket. We had Rock On over from Australia, met us for the day, sodded off back to the hotel, and then wanted to meet us again on the Sunday for a few hours. We thought we'd put him off. Kerry couldn't wait to get away from us when we met him in Cardiff. The hairy kangaroo. We could tell he was Australian the minute he walked up the stairs. Shorts, boots. Yeah, you're Australian. You've got no idea, Connor. Obviously, you only see the bit, the public bits of the Discord. You only see the streams. You don't see the non-public bits of the Discord, and the fact that we do communicate with each other and we do look out for each other. Yeah, in all fairness, it took Amy Lou a lot of courage to come to that meet-up. And I think that was a last-minute, sod it, I'm leaving the house. I can't just sit at home anymore. And then came to Manchester as well. And it does take a lot of courage to do that first one and go, sod it. Because not only from a meeting people point of view, but and also giving you the want to get out of the house. If I hadn't done that first meet up in York a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have done all the ones we've done. I wouldn't have gone to Brussels. I wouldn't have gone to France. I wouldn't have gone back to Brussels. I wouldn't have had the weekends away. I wouldn't have done the Isle of Wight. I wouldn't have done all the trips into London, to Birmingham, to Manchester, I would have done them, because I would have still been quite happy sat here streaming on my own, going to work, coming home, sitting at the weekends, doing nothing. That's a difficulty at your age, Connor, and it was the same with. I don't know. I think Trent's mum was glad to get a house. It was certainly the same with Harry. His mum was very nervous of him meeting these people off the internet. Ethan's mum was actually quite happy, I think, because she was in York as well when he first came to York. The thing to do is just to reconfirm it's a public place, it's a group of people, you've got your own hotel room, you've got your ticket back, you've got a phone. And it's not, and I know it's a difficult thing, but it's not like you don't know us. And that's what I was trying to get out earlier when I said about people joining in with the stream, saying hello. It all starts with hello. Chatting in the streams, chatting in the Discord, getting to know us as people, being part of it, joining in with the streams. Colin. Which means with the streams, and I do want to get back into the habit of on a Friday and Saturday night, not ending the stream and then leaving voice. I used to spend longer in voice on a Friday and Saturday night than we did on the streams. There were times when I'd still be sat here in voice at 2 a.m. talking crap, sharing videos, listening to music, because I was hanging around with my mates. Oh, absolutely, Amy Lou. Get that. Totally get that. Yeah, but how long have you been around, Connor? It's not like you don't know us. And look, any of these people that have... It's not like... If this was a community based on people that had never met each other, that would be different. There's a lot of gaming communities out there. People play, I don't know, Call of Duty with people they call mates. You've never met any of them. None of them have met each other. Then all of a sudden you're going to meet those people. You don't know what they're like. You don't know that the person that claims to be a 15-year-old isn't some 60-year-old weirdo. No. The difference here is a few of us have met each other. If none of us would have been what we expected us to be, having spent weekends together, weeks together, lots of days together, would we still be around? Would they still be around? No. That's the difference. This is a community of mates, people that are on the outside looking in. You only get on the inner circle once you get to know us. Exactly. And we have. Ed's been around here for flipping 8 years nearly. I've known Ed. I know his address. He's been to my house. He's been to meetups. Nico's been here. Ethan's been here. Trent's been here. Harry's been here. Richard's been here. Go back to sleep, Richard. Thing is, that's I'm not going to say you're not a confident person, Amy Lou. You've got a lot of confidence, but it's about knowing the people you're around. See people lurk. Richard loves curbs. Oh, Kirby. Right, Frankfurt Niederrad. Yeah, actually, I'm liking this route. If it was that bad, I wouldn't be doing it again tomorrow, would I? Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I've been feeling a little bit sniffly, but thinking it was hay fever today. Connor, we're going to be going to York in September. Don't rush into anything. But I'm going to be at York in September. I think a few others will as well. We'll probably get Michael there. I should imagine we'll get Nico across there. Ethan will probably get there. We'll see if we can drag Trent up there. It's closer to home. It's not so much of a trek. It'll be a cheaper thing. You can probably do it there and back in a day. We'll even get Fatty Richard up in York again. Exactly. Yes, Trent. Just agree. It's September. You'll be working then. It did cost you a small fortune. Yes. Don't bloody argue, Trenty. It's 4 months away. Don't, Trenty. Yeah, ask his mum. She'll sort it out. Oh, he paid like 200 and something quid to go to York. It was horrendously expensive. And stop. Right, one more stop to go then, I think. As this is the end, I can't remember where we were going. It's very quiet. There's no aircon running in here. Oh, it's quiet, this cab. The other one had the aircon running. Right, Frankfurt, Main. Ice train. First one of those we've seen. Bye. See ya. I fancy some butter rice now. Really? Yeah, I actually do like this route. That's true, it'd be unheard of. If you're on a DB train, what do you mean you're on a DB train that was on time? No. Oh, little German pacer. Yeah, we'll have to look tomorrow. We do the S9 tomorrow. And then see if we can find a route with a diesely thing on. I don't know if it's actually in the timetable. Yeah, and how long it takes by... I mean, it was an overnight service to get from here to Newcastle by coach. Probably fly. I think Pina could do it for like 60 quid return by plane to Heathrow. Or about York, aren't we? Forget that. $2, that's not bad. So that's there and back in a day. Done. $8 on the coach. Oh, bit of a difference. That is cheap, Michael, but would you really want to do that? Sometimes it isn't about the cost. That's what I said, but these things, it's planning them in advance. That's why I want to do York. Then 27th September is the anniversary of the Railway 200 thing, but they haven't got tickets on sale yet. Oh, look. Diesely goodness. Really? Can't see what you are. What are you? Oh, camera collisions. That's what I want. The diesely one on the right. 842? 623. It's got 42. 642. I'll be at 642 then. I'll be the one. What the 642? There we go. Right. Let's have a look then. I could have just gone return to timetable, couldn't I? Yeah, really like that. Didn't think I would. I'd prefer it to be a one stream and never do it again. But no, there will be more, and tomorrow. Tomorrow. And there is a 642. Goes from... Right, so we're having a bit of a diesel action tomorrow as well then. Right, so we'll do the 9. And then we'll do a 642. Is there any ice-ice babies in there? There is. We could also do a bit of ice-ice baby. Yeah, that's tomorrow's plan then. So, full run in the S9. Then we'll do a bit of 642, so a bit of diesel. And then we'll do a bit of ice-ice baby. There actually could be quite a lot to do on this route. And shall I recommend you getting it? Yes, I shall. There we go. We will end there. Well, I will. You lot can sit here and do whatever it is you do. Tomorrow night, more of this. Wednesday, back with some bus in... I haven't gone yet, Trent. Easy. Wednesday, back some more of the bus in multiplayer. doing one of the other routes in Berlin. Thursday, farming, carrying on setting up the farm. Friday, something fun, could be the quiz, we will see. Saturday, definitely 100% not bingo. Totally not happening. And Sunday, more farming, where hopefully we will actually be able to farm. We will see. And then Monday I'll be here as well with something, I don't know what yet. So there we go. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2.5 hours. To Michael for continuing their sub, and for Connor for the bits. Thank you very, very much indeed. I will be back then all by myself tomorrow night to do more of this. Until then, if you have been, I'll try and think of saying thank you for watching in German. Danke. Really, Connor? You did that now, and there's new donation music as well. You have to do it again tomorrow, won't you?